So here is a iambic pentameter, here is a iambic, there is an anapestic, here is other meters like dactylic, and here is like other trochaic and like that. But I will give you separate lecture. I have already recorded 5-6 lecture on this metrical language. It's not big deal, you can easily understand.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Homer. So what is epic? Let's see. There is a question in your course, characteristic of epic. So let's see what is epic. Would you recall the definition of epic? Can you recall? If you can recall, kindly say for me, define for me. What is the definition of epic?
It's a long narrative poem in which a protagonist who fights against evil
Yes,
for the good.
exactly. It's a long narrative poem in which protagonist is fighting some opposite forces, and there is also involvement of supernatural elements. Sometimes supernatural element they are favoring the protagonist, and some supernatural element they are disfavoring the same protagonist, and he is fighting with various supernatural element. They are also taking part in the epic poems in which a heavy machinery, supernatural machinery is being used, and they are fighting, and some heavy ammunition is being used, and he is traveling through various obstruction, hindrance, and ultimately he reached in his final destinations. So same with the Odysseus, same with the Aeneas, same with other heroes like Paradise Lost. Talk about the other, Beowulf. I will also teach you about Beowulf in old English literature. So here in epic poem, you will find battles, you will find romances, some lover belover. They also making love. They are loving to each other. They are even doing some loving activity, some physical activities as well. You will see, especially in epics. A great journey. Hero is making great journey. He is going from and mostly epic poem. It start in media res style. What is media res? It is starting from the midpoint. So journey, whenever a person is going to narrate, third person omniscient is going to narrate this story, because it is always by the narrator. Epic is always in a narrative form. Make it clear, keep it in your mind. Epic is always in a narrative form. It's not in description, rather is a narrative form. So here is the third person omniscient who knows everything. Omniscient means a person who knows everything. So he is going to narrate you all these stories. So here is someone who's narrating story, and over there's a hero who's take a long journey. He's fighting with supernatural element, ultimately some favoring, disfavoring, and reached he reached the final destinations. So let's see, there is a great journey in the super epic poem. Whenever examiner asks you about the characteristic of epic, you will give heading battles. There are battles, you write the definition. After that you will define one by one. You can even take example from Odyssey, you can take example from Iliad, you can take example from this Aeneid. So take example and write that how hero he passes through various journey and fights and ultimately reach in his home. So battle, you will include battles, so romances, then great journey, list of catalogs, people, item, and genealogies, etc. Then supernatural element, influences and interventions called machinery. It is also called supernatural. What is supernatural machinery? God, goddesses, angels, fairies, ghosts, spooks. So all these supernatural elements, they are also taking part. They are even fighting. They are even hero wants to do something, but they are just pushing them back. They sometimes they pushing to, they want there is a hero, he wants to go to Italy, but sometimes they are pulling supernatural element through violent storm. They are pulling him towards Carthage. Then supernatural element, they are pushing them somewhere else. So even they're dragging them towards Sicily. From Sicily, he then ultimately he fight with the Turnus, and he wins this war, and he lay the foundation of the Roman empires. Who? Aeneas. called supernatural machinery, a descent into the underworld rebirth. Sometime it happens that hero goes to the underworld. Underworld mean where he goes. He go underworld journey where he is exposed certain things. Sometime hero go to the underworld journey along with the supernatural element. Supernatural element, they are taking him or here there in a way to show some stories that this is gonna happen in a future. You will lay the foundation of the room. You should go with me. You have to do this because you've been predicted. See your future. Supernatural element show them live future. So same way, if you study a Rape of the Lock, in Rape of the Lock there is a goddess of the spleen. So goddess of the spleen, she is living under the cave. What happened? There is Umbriel spirit. She is traveling over there, and Belinda is a lady. It is a mock epic. It is the imitation of the serious epic. Rape of the Lock. Rape of the Lock mean rape. Rape mean to cut off the lock of the lady. So there is a special kind of lock in Belinda's head. So there is a hero baron. He's just cutting off these lock. So on this, pity issue, mock epic has been written by Alexander Pope. Alexander Pope is just mocking at the society, 18th century society, how 18th century behaving. So he's mocking at the society by writing this, mock epic. Mock epic mean not a serious epic, not original epic. It's just imitation of the serious epic. So you find all these elements in supernatural machinery, even in Rape of the Lock. Extended formal speeches. There is a one character who will make heavy speeches. So talk about the Paradise Lost. He says that, "Oh, pit of the hell, receive thy new possessor, one who has brought mine never to be changed by place or time. Mine in its place can make hell of heaven and heaven of hell." He further says, "What though the field be lost? All is not lost. Our unconquerable will, the study of revenge and immortal hate, what else should not be overcome?" Who says? Saturn speeches. Saturn say in Paradise Lost. The hero protagonist, he makes great speeches in a way to attract other people. So the same way, so here hero also makes speeches, and he go to further journey. So let's see further. Characteristic of epic original text has been rhyme poetic devices, often the rhyming couplet A, A, B, B, C, C. So this is the rhyming. So what is this A, A, B, B, B? A, A, B, B, C, C. If if first line and second line, they both are rhymed, I will name it A and A. If third and fourth line, they are rhymed, I will write B and B. If fifth and sixth line, they are rhymed, I will name them C, C. Understood?
Yes, it's more like a external rhyming, like out the words, last words of a poem.
Yes, external rhyming.
Yeah.
So how these rhyming is arranged? You just find the same sound at the end of the line. If there is same sound, you will write A. Then next you find the same sound, you will write B. In the third and fifth and sixth, you find the same rhyming scheme, you will write C. So A, B, C rhyming scheme you will find often in a rhyming couplet. What is couplet? Couple mean two. Couple mean two. So couple. Alliteration. Alliteration ka matlab mean, what is alliteration? Alliteration is the alliteration repetition of the sound is known as alliteration. Digression, sometime digression. Sometime we are our sound is being digressed from here to there. So into other stories, myth. Sometimes there is a digression mean what happened. Other stories are anecdotes and stories and myth are also infused with the epic. For example,
Is it like a illusion, sir?
inclusions. Inclusions of myth. Inclusions of the mythological stories. If you find Aeneid, in Aeneid there are mythological stories. You find there is some harpies. He discusses about the harpies. He said that I was traveling. He tells to Dido, he tells a story that I am the same persons. Our Troy, it has been defeated from, it's been defeated by the Spartans. Spartans attacked with the thousands of the ships and they burnt our everything. They burnt our herds, they burnt our animals, they burnt our bird, they burnt our property, they burnt the walls of the Iliums, and they have burned and turned on everything. We've been destroyed, we've been robbed, we've been plundered, we've been raped. He tells stories. As Dido listened to the story, she was inspired and influenced, and she got sympathy. Out of sympathy, she fell in love. This story echoes the story of the Othello. When you will study Othello from me, I will tell you Shakespeare has used same theme in his drama, in his tragedy drama Othello. Othello is also in your course. There is one of the lady whose name is Desdemona, and she loves Othello. Othello was a black Moor. He was a black guy, and she was a Venetian queen. She was a Venetian, a beautiful woman. She was very beautiful girl. She fell in love with this Moor black guy. And what he tells her stories. He tells that I fight for this Venice land. I fight for this land. I am the son of Venus. I fight for this land. People call me Moor, yet I fight for this land. He tells her story, and she was inspired from this. And after that, she got married with this guy, Black Moor. So here, I think Shakespeare come after Homer and Virgil's. And he has got influence from Othello. He has got influence from Virgil, Aeneid. So here, Dido, she listened to the stories of the Aeneas, and she was influenced, and she got married with Aeneas. She got married, mean to say she had a sexual relation with the Aeneas. She fell in love. She enjoyed with him, and ultimately God says, appear to him. They say, you fool, you are standing over here. You have to lay the foundation of the room. Go, stand up, go to your task. Then he left Dido forever, and